This isn't going to go well. Shae takes a deep breath and steels his nerves. He knows rejection when he sees it, but he's too dumb or too stubborn not to try. Or too desperate. He can't get all the way to Lyricenia without a companion. He'll die alone and frozen in the woods if he tries. And he has to get to Lyricenia. "What brings you here today?" the mercenary says, settling into the chair behind the desk. He swigs from his mug, leaving a line of foam across his lip. "Necromancer." Shae lifts his chin. "I need to hire a bodyguard for a month's journey. If you don't have anyone free for the full time, then just long enough to get me to the next outpost north." A thick, leather-bound book sits on the desk. Shae's been to enough River Swords outposts to recognize the local log of assignments. The mercenary doesn't even bother to flip through it. He senses Tankard on top of the unopened book. "Unfortunately," he drawls, "we're all booked for the next 6 months. If your coin is good, we can see if we can slot you in then." Laughter sounds from across the room. Shae can't help glancing towards the other mercenaries, who know their captain is lying as well as Shae does. Most of them look away hurriedly, reluctant to make eye contact with him. Only one gray-bearded man still leers at him, making no secret of his unprofessional interest. Shae might be desperate, but he knows when arguing is pointless, and he wouldn't trust any of these mercenaries not to abandon him in the middle of nowhere. He turns back to the mercenary captain and replies dryly, "What a shame. Thank you for your time." He strides from the building, silver jangling in his ears and disappointment tightening his lungs. Damn it. He's used to the cold treatment, but in most towns, River Swords are willing to contract out an escort for him. His coin is as good as anyone else's. That's how he found his last escort, Pavis, a surly man who drank so much he could barely swing a sword. Pavis had lasted 3 nights with him before leaving Shae in the middle of the night, cold and alone and miles away from the next human settlement. The 2-day walk to Andal had nearly killed him. Shae halts on a street corner, twisting one of his rings as he tries to think. If he finds a tavern keep who will deign to speak with him, he can ask about anyone else who might be looking for work and isn't too picky. Come morning, he can seek out an alchemist or hedge witch, too. They tend to be less discerning about the company they keep. If he's absolutely desperate, he'll hire a prostitute or a convict. He'll find someone. He has to. "Hey, Necromancer!" A raspy voice breaks his concentration. Shae whirls around, hand at his belt, and sees the leering mercenary from the outpost. The man is tall and lanky, with a straggly beard and a long, greasy tail of hair twisted behind his head. This close, he reeks of sour ale. "You need an escort, yeah?" "Your captain said you were all booked," Shae says coldly. He's desperate, but he doesn't need to be abandoned by another drunk in the middle of the wilderness. The man laughs. "I wasn't offering myself." He leans in close to Shae's ear, the reek of him overpowering. Something about his gaze makes Shae's skin crawl. "Just thought I'd give you a tip. There's a Varan paladin in town, staying at the Moon's Barrel. Heard he was looking for work." Shae blinks. The last thing he expected from this creep was something useful. "Thanks. I'll see if he's still looking." "Happy to help," the man slurs. His eyes rake down Shae's body again, and he grabs him none too gently by the elbow. "How about I show you how to get there?" Bile rises in Shae's throat. He glances around, but nobody is looking at them. He doubts any passerby would care, even if they noticed. "That won't be necessary."